Reseller Clickbait Podcast, episode 26.
Hey, what's up, Ken? As always, Jimmy Old School Flips and Ken SSK Promo here for the Reseller Clickbait Podcast. Real quick, guys, we have a YouTube channel, and Ken was just telling me about our numbers for the audio side. So if you don't have a TV or whatever or a computer available, you can always just yell at Alexa to play the Reseller Clickbait Podcast and listen to it on the audio version.
Yes, we have reached over 1,000 downloads so far on the audio side through, I think Spotify is the number one platform that people download on, but it's on right now, actually, Apple Podcasts, iTunes and that sort of stuff is Spotify, Google Podcasts, any place where you get a podcast, just search for Reseller Clickbait Podcast. And
I guess I should say, for those of you listening, come and check out the YouTube channel as well. We play that. We do this pre-recorded and we post it to YouTube as well. If you want to see what these ugly mugs look like, come over to YouTube and check it out.
Hey, and while you're here, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. We always forget to say that, Jimmy. We always
leave a comment so we can so you could possibly be comment of the day. We usually use the YouTube comments, but if you leave us I don't know how the comments work on the audio sides, but if you leave us reviews or whatever, we will definitely read them on air. We're pretty good about that on air. We're not on air while we're recording.
Live on the air.
Live on air. I took us back to the 80s with that.
To do that in your best DJ voice there, right? Jimmy. But hey, the podcast channel is growing. I appreciate that. But if you are listening, hit that subscribe button for us.
Yeah.
So, man, rather than saying hey Jimmy, I should say hey Mr. TikTok.
Mr. Jimmy Hated on TikTok is who I am.
Mr. Jimmy Hated.
No, actually, this video
6 million views. Jimmy put out a video on TikTok and on different platforms, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit because I have questions myself. But he has a TikTok video that is it's still growing by the minute, by the hour. But as we speak right now, it is 1.6 million views. He's got on a video. That's exciting.
A whirlwind, because I was actually watching it really closely because my phone was like just lighting up like Christmas, like comments, messages, likes, you name it, just flooding into my TikTok notifications. Obviously I've never experienced anything like that. The most views I've ever had on any video before that was like 100 and something thousand.
Yeah.
And that was on Instagram. So to see this like craziness and I thought it was funny because I've had videos on TikTok, another video, the one right before this that has done pretty good and everybody hates me on there. This one's not so bad though. But I was going to say, it took 21 hours for it to get to 1 million.
That's just
imagine
ridiculous.
That 21 hours, how crazy it was from 1 million views.
Or your phone just going crazy. You said it was lighting up like Christmas, but I want to back up for 2 seconds and just say happy Halloween. Because, today, when this comes out, is Monday, October the 31st. It is Halloween. So I'll be dressing up later to go out trick-or-treating.
It was lighting up like Jimmy's face when he gets a bag of Skittles from his Halloween bag.
Skittles. You don't need them Smarties or Milk Duds.
Swedish fish.
I seen you had what was it? Charcuterie board or what?
Charcuterie. I can't say charcuterie. Charcuterie board. Is that
something like that? I don't
of candy, and it was
candy,
and it was all candies that I don't like. It was actually a prank, a practical joke.
All the ones you don't like Swedish fish,
Mounds,
Nerds, Mounds.
It was Milk Duds.
And you can see that video on Instagram too if you follow Jimmy's Instagram page. But back to this this TikTok, Jimmy had mentioned, or I think I checked it and I sent him like, dude, this video is like 1 million, and it just crazy how
I got
one video. Go ahead.
No, go. Well, the funny thing about it, but we could go way off on a side story with this is the video was, at a garage sale, and I see this Mickey Mouse blow mold in the garage from a distance, and
Yeah.
I asked them, "Is that going to go for sale?"
Mhm.
And they say yes, it is. And they said, "Let me go." And they said, let me go get it down for you. So the video is them climbing up, getting this blow mold down off this pile of boxes.
Mhm.
So that's the video. And then I bring this blow mold down. She says $10. I buy it. What is everybody talking about in the comments?
I don't
The
know.
dang Elvis picture that's behind the girl that everybody's like, I want that Elvis picture.
Uh-huh.
To me, I
Like
always
you
just,
very
when
much.
I see Elvis stuff, I walk right past it. I don't even think about buying it. Don't ask if it's for sale. Don't ask how much it is. Like, to me, it's something I've never thought to buy and resell because I've always thought it was just oversaturated. Yeah,
Oversaturated.
like there's
Yeah.
so much of it out there, overproduced. But I mean, if you go into that video and look at the comments, the
Yeah.
majority of the comments are about the
Really?
Elvis picture on the floor in the background, and how many people wanted that picture. And I'm like, I had no idea. I mean, I know Elvis
That
is super, super popular,
yeah.
but I just
He's the
didn't.
king of rock and roll.
Yeah, but I just didn't know there was that many people still collecting his stuff. I mean, I should have known, but
Yeah.
it was kind of crazy to me. I'm like,
Now, have you went back to the video and looked at the picture and maybe
yeah,
tried to do a comp on
I
that
have
particular
not.
item? That
It
would be
I ha
interesting
It's like
to see.
it's like one of those pictures that's trans
Is it velvet that glows in like
no,
with a
it's like
black light?
on a wood it's like on wood, not a wooden frame, it's like literally on like a, um, piece
Oh,
of wood that's been stained,
yeah, and
and
then they
there's
like shellac over it or
yeah,
put
yeah,
a
yeah.
what's that other word?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not
Shellac?
shellac, like a polyurethane or something
Right.
like that that they put over that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
Huh.
that I don't I didn't take it.
Epoxy. They
There you go.
epoxy over that stuff. That
Yeah,
might
so
be the word.
everybody is just like, I mean, a majority of the there's been
That's
people, I had that Mickey when I was a kid. Oh, my mom has that same Mickey,
yeah.
and they have many, but most of the comments have been about that Elvis picture.
That's
Kinda
crazy.
blew me away. I guess I should have bought that Elvis picture, but again, but I will
Okay.
say at that yard sale, they had a whole Elvis collection,
Yeah.
and that stuff was priced higher because they were Elvis collectors, and it was closer to their hearts than anything else in that sale, like, type thing, you know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? So,
Yes.
they valued that stuff more, and they priced it all higher, so,
It
all that stuff that I don't have time to explain in a short TikTok video,
do you think then could it be the Elvis in the background or whatever that made the video? Like, what do you think made this particular video? Because most of your TikToks, you kind of follow a format, and you find different things. And
Yeah.
what do you think made this one just? I mean, just go through the roof. If your previous was 100,000 and now not even on TikTok, on Instagram,
Like,
what?
I don't know, there's
Okay,
things that I can guess, like, what makes TikTok decide to put because at the end of the day, t the random stuff I'll call it, like, the random stuff on TikTok, it has
uh-huh,
nothing to do with you're not really searching for it. I mean, but you
yeah,
can follow hashtags, and so that's where I'm gonna go. People follow hashtags, right? If you guys don't know how hashtags work, if you're on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, you can actually go to, like, hashtag Disneyland. You can
yeah,
select to follow hashtag Disneyland, and then if someone puts hashtag Disneyland in one of their videos, there's a chance you will see it because you are now following hashtag
okay.
Disneyland. So
So it's gonna show up in your feed
there's a
first or
yeah.
y okay, gotcha, gotcha.
So now that I had a video where I did hashtag Mickey Mouse, hashtag Disney,
Mhm.
hashtag blow mold, because blow mold's a popular one, hashtag
Yes.
yard sale, hashtag garage. So
Yeah.
everybody that's following those hashtags potentially could see that video. And
Yes.
then it's up to TikTok to say, you know what? we're gonna flood these hashtag followers with this video because it's, and that's where I don't really have a lot of control. I don't know why TikTok decided to basically people that are following these hashtags are gonna see this video. And that's so hashtags are super important. I can't express enough. And the right hashtags. Like
Yes.
when you're selecting hashtags, you can see how many posts have been put to that hashtag. So
Yes.
like for instance, when I did hashtag Disney, it was in the billions of posts on
Yeah.
that had hashtag Disney in it. So here's the way to look at it. If you do hashtag Disney and you're a smaller channel, the chances of you getting it like to the forefront of that hashtag are
Yeah.
slim. So you kind of want to hit the middle of the road hashtags that are like 10 millions,
Yeah.
have
Okay.
10 million postings. Now, if you get lucky like I did, and I can tell they decided to push mine to the front of some of those hashtags, you can get a lot of views.
Yeah.
But relevant hashtags, so I think that's the most important part.
Is the hashtag portion.
Yeah,
We were talking a little bit before the show and the other day. What I found interesting about this video is, say, my brother, for instance. My brother doesn't watch reselling content.
right.
Hell, I don't even think he follows me on
And as
TikTok
well
or
he
anything.
shouldn't. As well he should not.
Yes, I totally agree with that statement. But
Everybody, I'm gonna start treating you like they treat Kevin.
so, he doesn't know Jimmy. He doesn't follow Jimmy. He's never seen one of Jimmy's videos, but I was excited the other day. I was like, "Man, my buddy Jimmy, he put out this video and it's already got in less than 24 hours, it's got over 1 million views already." And he's like, "Yeah, I know. I saw it this morning." I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
"Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, it showed up in my feed." And then he recognized the name, then he recognized you from
The
when we
live show,
did
right?
the live show, the Halloween show. We'll talk about that after a bit. But it was so for no reason, my brother that does not follow anything that
Right.
I follow, Jimmy's video showed up on his feed when he was just scrolling through. And so it's like, yeah, TikTok was pushing that
Pushing it out there, yeah.
video to everybody, I guess, probably regardless of
Yeah,
their
and
likes or hashtag followings.
again, I feel like that's the big difference with TikTok compared to Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. Those the three, the Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, I feel like that's more based on the stuff you search for, and you actually usually search on YouTube and stuff. So
Uh-huh.
TikTok will just throw anything in front of anybody to see.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're throwing a line out there to see if you'll bite on the bait. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the clickbait, pun intended. So like that's the difference between TikTok, and that's why I can't fully explain why, because
Yeah.
TikTok just decided to put my son's girlfriend, who's
Uh-huh.
right now in Europe going to school.
Uh-huh.
The video came across her TikTok. She's in college. Like she doesn't watch reselling stuff at all.
Yeah.
She messaged she messaged me. She's like, "Hey, I just saw your TikTok and I saw that it has over 1 million views." She's like, "Congratulations." I'm like, "That's crazy that it came across your TikTok." You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's
And
why
she's
TikTok's
overseas.
just so different. Like it just decides whatever. Like,
Yeah,
but
and when you put it out on, three different platforms,
and it,
as a short, as an Instagram reel, and as TikTok, and why one takes off over the other, and those are the types of things that I'm trying to learn. If you're a TikTok or a hashtag expert, throw some
yeah,
comments
yeah.
down there, hit me up on IG. I'm always, SSK promo. I'm always looking for help on things. Or if you know a lot about hash browns, because I enjoy,
I
a
yeah,
nice crispy on the top, but
yeah,
still moist. There's
yeah.
an
Some
art to
ketchup,
cooking a
or
good
I like them with
hash brown.
I like them with a good like Mexican breakfast too, like some green chili, hash browns, and eggs with a tortilla.
where the now do you like them? You know, what is it like? People get them when they go like say Waffle House and stuff. They get them smothered or covered, or there's different
Yeah, I mean,
vernacular to that.
I like to get the green, but that would be smothered. I like to get the green chili on the side. Look, I'm hungry. I like to get we're going way off, but I like to get the green chili on the side
But
and then mix the egg with the potatoes and then pour the green chili
yeah,
over and get my tortilla. Yeah, anyways,
kind of mix it all
don't
there
you
in
get when
one
you start
little.
talking about hashtag hash browns?
Ooh, I bet that's maybe my next video that I put out. Not going to be about reseller contests. It's going to be about hash browns.
Hashtag hash browns. It's
Hashtag
crazy
hash
though that you
browns.
mentioned. So I've been doing this. It's just like a thing I'm testing. I'm taking the short video that I edit. I'm
Uh-huh.
putting it on TikTok, the same video on Instagram.
Wait, are we no longer talking about hash browns?
We're going back to
Okay.
hashtag
Social media, hashtag.
social
Okay,
media
gotcha.
hashtags.
Go.
I put it on TikTok. I put it on Instagram. I put it on my Facebook page, and I
Yes.
put it on YouTube. I think
Okay.
and it's not getting. I think the only other place that's broke 1,000 was on Instagram. All the other platforms, it hasn't even broke 1,000 views. So for whatever reason, and I use basically the same hashtags on all 3 platforms.
Yeah.
And TikTok just took it and ran with it.
Yeah, that's just cool because I in our last podcast video, not the holiday tour of homes, but the previous one, we were talking about how Ken didn't make content, and I promised
Yeah,
I'll make some content,
yeah.
and I did. I put out a couple short, it was a short on YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok,
I think
and
you've got some positive reactions to or positive feedback on it too, and a lot of positive comments and likes on it. So does that
yeah,
not get
I
you a little
have.
motivated, not get you a
Oh,
little excited to make some more? Or?
well, here's what I'll say. I'm super excited about it, but I'm also super confused by some certain things, and I just sometimes things lead to more questions. Well, first of all, okay, like the first one that I just put out was on the reels on Instagram. It has about 3,700 and some 50 some views, which is like that's super exciting to me.
Yeah, sure.
And then the same video has like 105 on TikTok or whatever, and some reaction on the shorts. But just to get those, constantly, look at your phone and see that, someone else liked it, someone else liked it, someone else. And then, when it's a name of somebody that or somebody else that you followed, it's like, hey, that's cool. That person noticed it and getting likes and picking up a few followers.
Yeah.
And it is exciting and it's motivating. I put out that first one and you immediately start getting all those likes. And so it's like, oh, it's like almost like a quick little high, that you get. And it's like, okay, so then I made another one and I put it out and it was, getting some more views. And consequently, people that may be following or whatever, I am getting likes and, likes and looks and comments on previous videos that I had put out. And that's most of the activity I've seen is on the Instagram reels. But I'm still struggling with, okay, here's my problem, Jimmy. Are you ready to hear my problem?
I mean, this is just your social media problem because you got a ton of problems. This is just your social media problem.
I got 99
I don't
problems.
have all night. If we're gonna sit here and listen, if you're gonna go off on something about, all right, let's get the social media problem.
Yeah, my problem is that I sit here and talk to these guys all day while I'm listing. Commonwealth Hudson does not give the best advice, and Old Screen Flips, all he wants to do is stab me and stab everybody.
As long as Fleet Frank doesn't have anything to do about you, anything to do with your
yeah, I don't want any relief from Fleet Frank. Hey, still drinking the cider?
I tried
Coke Zero mix.
I tried it.
And
it's good. And I'm out. I gotta go get more. Oh, I should have. Dang it.
Are you out of cider or are you out of Coke Zero?
I'm out of cider.
Didn't they have any fresh cider at that pumpkin patch you went to?
No.
That's all pumpkin.
You saw I
Yeah.
showed you the food
Oh,
they just had, and then the food,
that's
the
oh, okay.
the
Here's
food
the
stand that was said food. It was
food.
candy. It was just popcorn and candy.
Okay.
Like it was
Okay, so
no.
I have a
Well,
question about that.
go ahead.
I was a little bit late to the game, and you had put out some content there and showing the day of you going to
Yeah.
this pumpkin patch and pumpkin festival, and then you were standing in the parking lot, and it's like, do we want to go to Cane's or do we want to go to In-N-Out Burger? Want
Yeah.
to go to Cane's, and then you put up a poll. Now, I was a little bit late to that, but I voted for
Uh-huh.
Cane's.
Right.
And Cane's was the clear winner. And the next video I see, oh, we made the decision In-N-Out Burger. What
Okay.
was the what
No,
was the point of
I
the
asked what would you choose? I didn't ask to choose for me.
oh, I thought you were trying to get like
No, I
suggestions from
asked
the
if you had
crowd.
I thought I said if you have the choice, which one would you choose?
Oh, I guess that's probably what you said, but I
Yeah.
was figuring that was like a
So,
poll of like wherever the poll came out, that's where you would go.
I'm gonna good thing my oldest son doesn't watch this, so he won't be embarrassed. My oldest son
Okay.
has always been a very picky eater. I don't want to go into a lot of detail about that, but he doesn't like hamburgers. Doesn't like.
Okay.
He just
So
won't
Jimmy
eat.
naturally took him to In-N-Out
So
Burger.
that little area, right? But he loves chicken tenders, like and chicken
Okay.
strips. He loves them.
And Cane's
And
is a chicken
Raising
place.
Cane's is his favorite.
Yes.
So that works out perfect for us because you got In-N-Out and Raising Cane's
Okay.
in the same park. Two places that are hard to find. Like they're not,
Yeah.
they're places that are always busy and they're not easiest place. They're not everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So we got two really popular restaurants right there in the same parking lot. And he's able to go over and get his Raising Cane's while we wait in line for an hour for our hamburgers. So that,
I've never
he's
had
already
In-N-Out Burger. We don't have one around here. We do have some Cane's a little farther south, but
well, when you come out
Raising Cane's.
this year, like when you
Yes.
come out, we'll go to In-N-Out. I'm not a hamburger guy, so this
Okay.
is gonna sound weird. I don't love hamburgers. I just like them,
Okay.
and I'm not actually a huge In-N-Out fan.
Okay.
But because we don't eat there very often,
Yeah.
and we actually eat Raising Cane's often because my son loves it. We ate it a
Gotcha.
lot, so I was like, and that In-N-Out has only been there for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So we don't eat it very often, and I've only had it once since they opened it. So I was like, I'll have In-N-Out since I haven't had it.
Okay. That sounds logical.
But yeah, I don't actually. This is where Dan, the answer man, will. I have to mention this because he'll kill me if I don't. I'm weird. I
Well,
loved.
I think
Yeah,
we all knew
know.
that.
I loved growing up, like the elementary school hamburgers at lunch.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
no flavor,
Just
like,
a dry yeah.
And so to this day, I'm not even exaggerating, I prefer a gas station under the warmer hamburger to any fast food or restaurant hamburger I've ever had. We have a gas station down the street. They just have the hamburgers in the warmer, wrapped in tin foil. No ketchup, just cheese on it. Nothing on
That's
it but
it.
cheese, and that is literally my
The best.
I
Okay.
love that hamburger, and Dan and his wife will make fun of me, and I'm like, no, you don't understand though. I really do. Like when I'm eating that hamburger, I enjoy it a lot. So that is my favorite hamburger.
Bring back childhood memories of the lunch lady serving you your dry hamburger.
It doesn't sound normal. I know it doesn't.
Cardboard between. Now is it my favorite? No, but I don't mind a gas station hamburger.
It's weird, but I love them.
I will eat that.
Now, if I could have one,
I like what I call them rolly round hot dogs, like they got that little roller thing and they have like the taquitos. Now, have you ever had one of the hamburger? It's shaped like a tube shaped like a hot dog, but it's a hamburger, and they have them on those rolly round grill things, and that's like
a 7-Eleven thing, right?
Yeah, or any gas station.
No, I've had the taquitos and I've had a hot dog, but I've never ventured beyond that.
It just makes your brain. it fools with your brain because you're eating a hot dog bun and you bite into it and it's a
It's
hamburger and
yeah, no,
it's just not right.
yeah, that's not
But
natural.
believe it or not, that's not my problem though, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, we went way off, but I love it when we do that.
My,
That's what makes
yes,
this podcast
my
fun is when we
my
like talk
actual
about
problem is okay. I wanted to make these videos, right? And I wanted to do some shorts because they're a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. I can format them and I can do video editing, but I'm learning some stuff and
yeah,
I need to get a new computer and so that I think I would have a lot better time if I could do it on my desktop on a computer than just all on my phone. But everything that I do now is on my phone. But my problem is all of my yard sailing video was filmed on my GoPro.
right.
Okay, at a 16:9, the horizontal, and what you need for all of these shorts, the TikTok, the Instagram Reels, is a 9:16. You need a vertical, and so things don't fit.
They do not.
Okay, so now I'm trying
They're like
to.
me after Thanksgiving dinner. Things don't fit.
But hey, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving dinner and Thanksgiving Live here in a little bit, but so I have trouble, how do I format? Now I got this little video and I'm trying to put words, top and bottom to make it interesting, things about the conversation that show up, a little graphics, just to make something visual to go with it. Which, okay, that's great. And you do it on there and then you have your thumbnail that comes up and okay, you're supposed to have 16:9 on TikTok,
TikTok,
on Instagram, on your YouTube
YouTube.
Shorts, and then you go and you look at the video on these different platforms, and the stuff don't fit. Like the
Right.
words are going off the screen. If you got a thumbnail that comes up, and the thumbnail is like all the important words and stuff, and you don't want to shove everything to the middle because then if you had main comments, come up in the middle, but like titles or things like that, and so I'm learning that, and it's confusing because I don't have video formatted in the proper format to
Yeah.
do the shorts, which you had asked me earlier, once you put out that video and you start getting those views, does that motivate you? And it's like, yeah, because now I've never really filmed at the thrift stores before, just
Right.
and so
I think it's awesome that you use the word film. Do I say film or do I say record? Because it's not film.
oh,
Film
you
is not a thing. Like it's record now. But
you probably said record. Yeah, filmed. I filmed.
I just picture you like in some dark room processing this.
Yeah,
film.
it's
just
hard to convert. See, that's my first problem is I got to convert that VHS tape on my camcorder when I'm at the yard sale, and I got to convert
got
that
that
down
reel to
to a
reel in the basement.
digital format and get it get it to something usable. And
I'm just
but
messing. But like
my
that
problem
when you
is,
say that in my brain,
yeah,
because I'm a child, I picture like you. Oh, I got this video. See,
yeah.
it's in black and white.
Yeah, I have to convert. I had Ted Turner, the Turner Network, and converting it to living color. It's what it's like I still say, "Oh, did you hear, I don't know, give me an artist. I can't even think of musical. Uh
Janet Jackson.
hey, did you see Janet Jackson has a new album out?" I still call them albums
What do they
because
call? I got you. Like,
I guess now they have a new recording out. They have a new I don't know. Is that what they call them now? A
I
new
think if you said
has
record, that would be weird, but I think they
new
still call 'em.
record.
So, I mean, they still put out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even
I
gonna
don't
try
know.
to act like I know.
Yeah, I still call them albums, and I film stuff rather than record stuff.
Record, yeah.
But I did
You
record
digitally
some
film.
stuff in the thrift stores this week when I
Yeah.
went in a couple times, and I found a couple of really cool items that I think will be I see a lot of folks that put out a lot of these sort of content, well, yourself included, where the TikToks and Instagrams and stuff are just a smaller portion of, say, your whole thrift trip that you went on. A
Yeah.
lot of your stuff you're showing, hey, I went to the thrift today and this is what I picked up or why I didn't pick it up. The ones that I have filmed here recently are basically that one particular item that I
Right.
had looked at, because I haven't got myself to that mentality of always be recording and pick up the items that you're not going to buy that may
Right.
have some interest, and that explanation of why I didn't pick it up or why I didn't buy it.
Yeah. Well, I'll
I
tell you,
think I
like,
did that with a couple of things.
Carry American Arbitrage, name drop in here. I got a chance to
Yes.
talk to him for a while. And one of the things he will tell you is some of his best performing TikTok videos are him saying why not to buy something. And he'll
Yes.
literally just pick it up, tell you to stay away from it, and tell you why to stay away from it. And those videos perform amazing for him. I mean, the TikToks have done very well for him.
And I think that's cool. And I've even told that to you, kind of off air too. I enjoy. I think I learn more about what not to get. You see
Right.
items like there's, blow molds aside. Let's say Mickey Mouse blow mold, which was your
Yeah.
video that blew up. Something like that's going to go. But there is so much Disney stuff out there. There's so much Mickey Mouse stuff that's put out. It's like the market is saturated with it. And so you don't want to buy every Mickey Mouse thing. Of course, always doing the sold comps and stuff, on a particular item is good. But, I know when I was a new reseller, I should take the camera out my garage and show you all the stuff that's still sitting there. That's in the,
Right.
I'm going to call the dead pile, not even the death pile, of stuff that I bought that was a bad buy because you saw people, I'm just using
Boyd's
Mickey Mouse as an
Bears.
example. Yeah, Boyd's Bears or something, they
Yeah.
sell really well. And if you knew how many Black Diamond VHS Disney tapes and Beanie Babies
Yeah.
I have none of that, folks. But you learn that, early on that. But to hear the things that people didn't pick up, and for whatever reason, something that you might look at and go, "Oh, this looks really cool," and I would buy that. To hear that explanation
Yeah.
is, and I'm the, I would be great at what not to buy.
I've completely removed that from my YouTube videos until recently.
Uh-huh.
Like at yard
Yeah.
sales, that footage doesn't even make it to my, because I don't know. I don't even know why I removed it. I just feel like to me it wouldn't be interesting, but to you, you said it is interesting. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, my YouTube videos have become just the stuff I've found.
Yeah. I getting that knowledge of, and it's the explanation as to why it's not a good item. And if you're doing your due diligence as a reseller and you're doing the comps on stuff, you're looking things up, and not only just the comps of what it sells for, but what that sell through rate is.
Sell-through rate.
Something might sell for decent money or good ROI. But if they only sell, one every month and there's 400 of them listed, there's no point in picking that item up.
I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I just had a video that I put out where someone told me I should have bought something.
Mhm.
And I don't buy those because I know I've looked at the sell-through rate on them.
Yeah.
And it's something where there's literally 5,000 of them listed
Mhm.
and only 900 have sold in the last 90 days.
Yeah.
Not only is there a chance you're not only are you waiting in line for your turn, there's a chance it'll never get to your turn for that thing to sell.
Yeah.
So that's why sell-through rate is so important. Now, that item is worth $35, but if it's going to sit there forever and you're never going to get your turn to sell it, it's just not worth picking up.
Yeah.
Sell-through
Yeah.
rate is so important. But in the same breath, if I can find something that will sell, like I just bought some train track stuff. Train track stuff has a high sell-through rate, and if it's new in the package, it sells even better. I picked these train tracks up for $2 a piece, and I listed them for like $10, and they sold within 3 days of listing them.
Yeah.
I'll do that low sale because I know how fast it will sell.
Yes. Yeah. I got an I love it when the sell-through rate is, because normally it's, I don't know, just to throw out numbers, they say there's 100 of them listed, and you have, 50 of them have sold, so it's
Yeah.
about a 50% sell-through rate. I love the times when you get something where there's 50 listed and it's 100 sell
Yeah.
through in the last. I just got an item the other day that somebody gave me. Again, we talked about that here recently, is just talk to people. Oh no, you know where I talked to about this? I did speaking of making
Oh, yeah.
content, let's talk about Ken for a second. I did my first live show on my channel, my SSK promo channel, last Thursday. I called it 10 with Ken because
How did you get 10 listed?
on the show?
Yeah.
No, well, I was close to 10. I was only 10 away from having 10. And
I mean, you literally named the show the fact that you're going to list 10 items. Keep going though. Let's hear about
well, but I was sure to make it. I called it's just a live reseller show. At first it was going to be a live listing show, but I thought, well, I might not be able to get all this listing done. And being my first one, it's like I got to figure out how to do the chat and watch the chat and do things. I did technically get one thing listed, but it was kind of a relisting thing because somebody had not paid for an item. So I was able to cancel the item. I cheated. But
I'm telling you, you should consider a name change to 10 versus Ken, like I said, because it's 10 listings versus Ken. Who's going to win?
Yes,
and the 10
I like
listings
that.
are going to win very often.
I would think so, but it was fun doing that live. I plan on doing that every Thursday about 11 o'clock. And that also, it was, 10 with Ken. It's like, oh, why not start it at 10? But I thought about, time. I'm in the Eastern time zone. And some people, because really 11 with Ken, I mean, it just has no flow. There's no ring to that.
No.
But 10 versus Ken, or 10 versus Ken, or Ken versus 10. What do you think? Throw that down in the comments. If you're listening to this, do you think that my show should be called 10 versus Ken or Ken versus 10? And I will, whatever the poll comes up, I will change the logo. And for this Thursday show, 11 o'clock, SSK promo channel, we'll link that down below. And there you go. That's my commercial for that. But anyway, why did I bring
We
that up?
went way off track. I don't even know where we're at now.
Because I was doing some content, and we're talking about being confused about how to format those screens and what size in the video. And
I'm no expert, but I've been taking. So what I've been doing, I've become my own Jelly Smack. It's Jelly Smack, right? That's the company that
I think makes. Is it Smack or Jelly? No, Jelly Cat. That's plush. Yeah. If you can find some Jelly Cat plush, there you go. Tip of the day.
But make sure you look them up because not all of them are worth it.
Yes.
I'm become my own Jelly Smack. I'm taking some of my older content and reformatting it, like you said, to the short format video. And what's the size again that you said the short format?
916.
916. And I'm using, having a good editor is why I'm able to do that. I was telling Ken, I'm literally manually resizing. So like I'll set it to 9/16, so that gives me like a template,
like a frame or a box. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll resize the video as close as I can to that. It works good for me because I'm a bigger guy, but when I squeeze the video down, I look a little thinner. So it's actually form
taller and thinner,
friendly to the form. So like that's how I'm doing it. And then I'll put my little pop-ups in there. But yeah, I'm manually resizing that to fit in there as close as I can using my editor. I don't know of another way. I'm sure there's, again, in the comments, if there's an easier way to do that. It's not that hard using the editor, so I'm just going to do it that way.
And what editor are you using?
Filmora. Filmora 11 now.
Filmora on your computer.
Yeah.
And is that a paid version? Is it a free thing? What do you?
A one-time payment, so you buy it basically.
Okay.
And then anytime it updates, here's the most important thing, and you talked about this earlier. Don't just go out there and buy Filmora, guys. Don't do it unless you have a good computer with a good graphics card and some
Yeah.
good memory. I'm not a tech guy, but I know I tried using it on a laptop and it didn't work at all. You
Yeah.
got to have the memory card. I mean, the video card. And you got to have a decent computer to run most editors, by the way. So, in the same breath, though, I actually know of content creators that because their computer is not strong enough to edit, they've had to back away from making
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
You have to be, it's one of those things you almost have to have. I mean, you can edit on your phone though. So I mean, if you're
Yeah.
good at editing on your phone, I don't recommend, like, if you're good with working on your phone, you don't need all this. You can do it all on your phone. I know a lot
Yeah.
of, but don't let, yeah, I mean, for me, the computer is the way I love using that edit.
Yeah. I would like to do that. I edit everything on my phone. And I just wanted to throw something out for somebody that might be watching that's, new to this and thinking about doing content. When we're talking about 16:9 and 9:16 and such, when you film something for like a long format or like a YouTube sort of video,
Yeah,
when
full
you have your
screen. Yeah,
phone full screen mode, the horizontal way is 16:9. And you choose that in the settings of your video settings of your phone and such as well. But if you turn it this way, that's the 9:16,
and that's
and this
both.
is what you want for shorts and for Instagram and TikTok,
Right.
and that's the way. Because if you've seen, you'll see a lot where somebody will have a video that they filmed it this way for TikTok, and what happens, then there's a little strip of the video in the center, and then it's kind of like
And
blurry
then you
on
got
the
two
outside
black
edges.
bar. You got a black bar along the top and a black bar
Yeah.
along the bottom.
So
Yeah,
just a helpful hand if you are new and kind of listening to this, that's what we're talking about in those different, formats.
yeah,
So, it would be nice when you were at a yard sale to be able to film both, 16:9 and
yeah,
9:16, because a lot of people use GoPros.
yep.
And I'm sure there's a setting to film it one way, but
Yeah,
you're
I was
trying
gonna
to get
say.
content for both things.
Well, like if you, yeah, but so that's why, like, so I talked to Matt Thrifter Sifter. He's big on
Mm,
TikTok. Go check him out on TikTok if you're not, but he's huge
yes.
on YouTube and TikTok now. He does mainly short format 9:16 videos. So he turns his GoPro and records his GoPro that way. He's not having to fix
Okay.
it and edit it up because he's already recording it that way. The thing is, if you wanted
That
to,
uh
if you want to, like, for me, I'm recording mostly long format, full screen
yeah.
16:9. I It's easier to squish that down than to try to stretch out a 9:16 to, because
Yeah.
then your video quality goes to crap.
Yes.
So
So,
yeah, I
yeah,
mean, there's
good point. So
so many different things about it.
I'm learning, I'm still learning, some of this stuff. It has been fun putting out just the couple videos that I got done this week. It did inspire me and excite me to film a couple of things that in the thrift stores this week that I found, because yard sale season is pretty much
Yeah,
over here. There's a few things. And I think, during this, when the yard sale season is over, I start to do more thrifting, get back to the thrift stores, and we have some live auction houses in the area. I start going to
yeah,
those and checking that out. But it has been fun. And I'm super excited. The one thing I've been doing just the same way as I did when I started reselling is before I even listed the first thing, I sat and I watched a bunch of content from resellers, what they were finding, how they were doing it. And the same with the videos that I'm making. I'm watching the videos in a different way rather than just watching them for
yeah,
entertainment. I'm watching them for the production, how they're filming them. I'm looking at their descriptions. I'm looking at
yeah,
their hashtags. If I see really popular videos or people that I like to follow, I'm looking at their hashtags. What are they using?
yep,
What are they how are they getting their content? And just as the same as reselling with listing, from what I understand, it's the consistency, putting out videos on a consistent basis, putting things out there to number one, so that you continuously show up in people's feeds, and you get to know the person.
Yeah.
Oh, I like to see vintage 80s and 90s toys. I know that Jimmy's always gonna come through with the gold on that. And
Right.
just other people, I like the way this person negotiates. I like the things that this person finds in a thrift store. And it's just research and watch people. It's fun.
Yeah. There. I do the same thing. I've been doing the same thing for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't. I would even say that most of the reseller content I watch now, I'm not watching to learn what to sell. I
Yeah.
can say that for a fact, actually. I'm watching to learn how they're editing, how they're putting their videos together, how they're planning out the content, what kind of footage they're using, how they're, on the shorts, the pop-ups that,
You're
and I
looking to
think
see if they're
I'm
wearing
gonna actually,
shorts.
I actually kind of joked with you about this.
Uh-huh.
This podcast would come to an end instantly
we
if
would.
Ken ever put out a TikTok or an Instagram that he start. Listen, this is facts. Hate me if you want. If you start off your TikTok like this, hey TikTok,
What's up, Instagram?
what's up TikTok? What's up Instagram? You're doing it wrong. I'm sorry, you're doing it wrong. I'll tell you right now, if you come across my screen and you do that, gone. If the TikToks that
Yeah.
are successful and the short format stuff that is successful goes right into what's going on, and it's quick hitting, and they're hitting you with the action right away, and they're popping up words that make sense on the screen,
Yeah.
that's the stuff that's successful. Not, hey TikTok, it's your boy and I'm back with another video.
Yeah.
That gets. And so I told Ken, if he ever does a video like that, we're
I
done.
was
This
I had
podcast is over.
honestly considered testing your commitment to that
Hey,
statement. And when I put out my first video,
I was say, it's your ass.
I was gonna look straight into the camera and just go, "Hey, TikTok, what's?" just to see. But you'll notice that I didn't. But no, it's not over, Jimmy, because we got more lives to do coming up. I want to talk a little bit. We did a special bonus episode. We started the holiday live tour that we're calling it. We had the Halloween edition with special guests. We had Sonia. That's Sonia is Jimmy's wife, and Jill is my girlfriend, and as our special guest for the first one. And we talked all about Halloween candies, trick or treat, haunted house. We showed costumes that we done. And it was very cool because that was our first live. It was very cool to interact with the chat. We had a good, lively chat the whole time. I
was very disappointed that Sonya didn't wear a mask.
Sonya wore a mask. Sonya was Michael. So that video is posted here on our channel. So go check out the holiday live tour. We have the next one coming up is about Thanksgiving. And sometime in November here, we got to work out the best schedule for recording, and we're going to get a couple of new special guests for that show and just talk about Halloween food and traditions and stories. We're talking
about Thanksgiving now.
Wait, yes. Did I say
confusing everybody now? We're gonna be
talking. Well, I have Halloween on the mind because today is Halloween. It's Monday, October the 31st.
Yeah.
And so let me see. This will come out Monday, and then so if you listen to this on Monday, don't forget this weekend because we won't have to set your clocks back. It's daylight savings time if you live in an area. Not this weekend, but next weekend. First weekend in November. So that'll be this will come out. So set your clocks back, and or will they be an hour early or an hour late? Fall back. spring forward and fall back.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
those things.
Don't go by Jimmy. Don't put your
Don't listen
clock
to me at all.
ahead 1 hour because you'll
Yeah,
be.
then you'll be
I
2
forget.
hours, whatever.
What is it? Are you early to work or late? I can never figure that out. But you know what? Being a full-time reseller, it doesn't matter. I can get out of bed whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, I never
Well,
understood that.
what's that?
The set the clock stuff, like,
Oh, yeah. Well, they're doing away with it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So we'll fall back. We'll fall back next week.
Yep.
And then we will spring forward in the spring, and then that will be it.
Good.
We will no longer change the clocks after that point.
That sounds good to me. Where do I sign?
So you can send a message to your local whatever. No, it's actually already voted through, so that's pretty cool. But comment of the week. This came from the Halloween special, the holiday live tour. Had a couple of good comments, and there was one suggestion from the Commonwealth Flipper that said that we should keep the masks on. We might get more views. So,
hey, I'll do anything for more views.
So I see Jimmy wore his again this week, and you just weren't as muffled as you were this time. You must have cut a bigger mouth hole in that thing, and
I see that you got rid of the dyed beard, so you didn't keep yours on.
Oh no, I did not. Yeah, but we got about a
Sons of Anarchy Ken.
We got oh man, it's almost Santa beard time. I'm getting excited. Just a few more weeks, and we're gonna do some special unveiling. Even though I'm gonna start doing content on my channel, Jimmy, we're gonna have the special Santa beard unveiling right here on the Reseller Clickbait podcast. So, like I say, if you haven't subscribe and hit that bell, that notification, so you know that when we're going to put out a new episode or when that's coming up. So, what else you got, Jimmy? That was kind of more of an informative show.
Yeah, that was definitely not a lot of reselling, but we learned a lot about. I think we learned about social media.
So yeah, I learned a little bit. I know that there's a lot more to study and a lot more to look at and learn how to film and watch people doing stuff. I think we were both in agreement that hash browns are yummy.
Yes, hash browns are yummy. Yep.
I enjoy hash browns.
Over hashtags, hash browns over hashtag. Yeah.
Yeah, hashtag hash browns. That's what I'm going to start putting on all of my videos from now on, and see if they get
surprised what people will hashtag.
The big hashtag. The hash brown crowd out there, I bet if we search, it probably has as much as Disney. What'd you say? Disney had 1 billion? I bet.
So the thing is, the number you see is how many people have posted on that.
Okay. So hashtag hash browns. Yeah. I'll have to see when that comes up.
Probably pretty high though.
I don't know.
It's not in the billions, I would imagine, but it's up there.
I think this is just totally off the rails now. So we'll catch you on the next episode of the Reseller Clickbait Podcast.